All right, let's get into it. Today we're looking at something pretty amazing, a new platform that's part cutting-edge AI, part pure fun, and part a mission that could change thousands of lives. And it all kicks off with a question I'm pretty sure you've heard before. Seriously, has anyone ever looked at you, then at your dog, and gone, you two kind of look alike? You see it in movies and social media all the time, right? Well, as it turns out, there's actually a little bit of science behind why we might just be drawn to a furry friend who shares our features.
Psychologists have a name for this, the mere exposure effect. Basically, it's a fancy way of saying we subconsciously like things that feel familiar. And hey, what's more familiar to us than our own face? This one simple psychological quirk is the key that unlocks this entire story.
So what if you could harness that little quirk with technology? This quote just nails the magic of it all. Imagine it. You snap a selfie, upload it, and an AI doesn't just find a breed that kind of fits. No, it actually generates a totally unique, one-of-a-kind canine version of you.
And that brings us to Dogify.me, the app that makes all of this a reality. So let's pull back the curtain and see what this thing is all about.
At its core, it's an AI-powered entertainment app. But think of it more like a digital artist. It takes your photo, and I mean it really analyzes everything. Your facial structure, your hair, even your body type. And then it uses all that data to build a photorealistic dog that is just uncannily, you. Okay, so how on earth does it actually do that? This is way more than just a simple photo filter. We're going to get a little nerdy for a second and look at the engine that powers this whole dogification process. It's really a 5-step journey. First, you give it a photo. The AI then scans your face, pinpointing over 488 different landmarks, way more than our eyes could ever process. But the real magic, the secret sauce, happens in step 3 with something called the latent space bridge. This is basically a high-tech translator that takes a human feature, say your eye shape, and figures out its canine equivalent. From there, powerful models generate the image of your dog twin. And finally, it gives you a score.
And that score has a name, the Likeness Resemblance Quotient, or LRQ for short. It's a patented system that literally calculates, on a scale of 0 to 100, just how much that digital dog looks like you. But here's the thing. This fun little number is actually the gateway to something so much more important.
Because this is where the entire story pivots. This cool, viral, fun piece of technology. It wasn't just built for laughs or cool profile pictures. It was built with a life-saving mission at its very core. 920,000. Just let that number sink in for a second. It's a heavy one, and it represents a heartbreaking reality in the US, year in and year out.
That's how many shelter dogs are euthanized. And the heartbreaking part is, it's often not because these are unadoptable dogs. It's because they're simply invisible in an overcrowded system, or they get matched with the wrong family, which tragically leads to them being returned.
So here it is, the big connection. How does a fun selfie app help solve this massive real-world tragedy? How do you go from an AI doppelganger?
This lays it out perfectly. See, on one side, you've got your AI doppelganger, this digital twin made by the Dream Pup builder. And on the other side, you have a real dog, right now, waiting in a shelter. Dogify Me uses your AI twin as a visual search engine to find that real dog. It works through a partnership with Adopted Dog. That incredibly detailed data from your generated image becomes a search query. The system then scans live databases of actual shelter dogs across the country, looking for a match with those same physical traits. It's all about making those invisible dogs visible.
But we all know a perfect match is about more than just looks, right? That's why the system goes deeper. It has you take a personality quiz. It cleverly links your lifestyle, like if you're an ultimate Frisbee fanatic, to a real dog's actual energy needs and temperament. This is what ensures the matches truly stick, preventing the heartbreak of a dog being returned to a shelter.
Now, maybe the most amazing part of this entire thing is who's behind it. This wasn't cooked up in some giant corporate lab. Nope, this was a project born from the minds of student innovators.
Get this. It started as a high school project. These students used the whole Google ecosystem, everything from Gemini AI to help write the code, to Vertex AI to deploy their complex models. It's just an incredible example of how the tools to solve some of the world's biggest challenges are now literally in the hands of the next generation. And this is what it all comes down to. This is the mission statement that drives every line of code. It's not just about finding a dog a home, it's about finding it a forever home. using this amazing technology to forge perfect, lasting connections and, ultimately, to end shelter euthanasia for good.
So that leaves us with one last, powerful thought. The app is fun, for sure. The tech is brilliant, but the purpose is profound. It takes our own vanity, our own curiosity, and transforms it into a potential lifeline for an animal in need. So if your face could help find a dog a forever home, would you give it a shot?